3, 2, 1.
Hey, my bold and the beautiful fans, welcome back to the channel and gather around because today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful served lingerie twirls, closet kisses, grandma gangster wisdom, and a thirst trap so spicy you might need a cold compress. I'm going to give you a few highlights. Buckle up. And we're going to dive into it. First, we got Brooke bearing it all, literally. We actually have Sheila's masterclass in manipulation. Electra and Will supply closet snacks. Daphne walk in and saw Carter's abs and locked the door. We got Taylor and Daphne, Logan haters united, and then Carter and Brooke, the emotional damage hour, where we also have Luna with a disguise. So without any further ado, let's unpack this April 11th episode. So we open up over at the Forrester CEO office where Miss Brooke Logan is out here twirling in lingerie like she's auditioning for Victoria's Secret revival. She's feeling herself. She's also feeling rich and she's feeling a little delusional. And I got to give a shout out to KKL because I'm telling you, the girl is gorgeous. However, back to the storyline, she hears somebody walk in thinking it's Ridge. She's already like, isn't this divine? Sis, calm down. But plot twist is not Ridge, it's Taylor. In full, I'm about to psychoanalyze your whole life mode. Brooke darn near leaps out of her skin and snatches on her robe like the ghost of Christmas past just walked in. Now, Taylor is not here for the panty prancing, telling Brooke Ridge won't be handling the bedroom line anymore. She's like, put that lace away, sis. That man's not your therapy anymore. And then we get the shade Olympics. Brooke accuses Taylor of being insecure in a rebound, and Taylor claps back with, actually, I've got something deeper than lingerie. I have emotional regulations and a master's degree. She even throws in some psychological sass, calling Brooke out for her unhealthy attachment style. Oh, Taylor diagnosed her and dragging her, and Taylor exits stage left after banning Brooke from Ridge like she's issuing a court order. Now, over at Il Giardino, Luna is back under the mentorship of none other than Sheila freaking Carter. Now, you already know this is going to be unhinged. Luna complains about Will wasting his time with prissy Electra girl, not you talking spicy about your man's new boo, while Sheila Carter is giving you flirt to kill tactics. Now, Sheila, sipping her cappuccino of chaos, gives her usual pearl wisdom. Men are easy and simple. You just gotta make them think with the right part of their anatomy. Now, she brags about taming Deacon, stealing him for Brooke. Not a high bar, but to be honest. And even manipulating Eric back in the day. Sheila says men love bad girls, and I swear we must have heard a thunderclap when she said it. Then Zende calls in an order for Hawaiian pizza. Why, though? And Sheila's like, deliver it yourself, Luna, and bring that drama. So meanwhile, we got Will in the supply room whispering sweet nothings to Electra and acting like a teenager in heat. They kiss, groan, and talk about jewelry like it's floor play. Now, Will talks about a necklace he gives her and tries to woo her into a post-spa rendezvous at his place. Electra thankfully still has some work boundaries. Barely. But hold up. Guess who's creeping outside? None other than Luna in disguise, looking like she's starring in Spy Kids Beverly Hills edition. Now, she hear Will basically beg Electra to pretty much slide into his bed, and when Electra leaves, boom, Luna pops in like a spicy jalapeno. You got what you wanted, hot and spicy. Y'all, this girl is unwell, and I know it's making for good content. So first we had Brooke in her lingerie, and now Luna also trying to sneak in seductiveness to Will. Well, let's go into the design room, where Carter is now mid-shirtless in his glow-up when Daphne strolls in like she owns the place. Now, he's startled and says, I thought that door was locked. And she was like, lucky for me, it was it? Ooh, she locked it herself, too. Ma'am, that was bold. That was beautiful. That was borderline HR violation. But anyway, this is the soaps. Carter hurries to put that shirt on like his life depends on it and flees the scene saying that he's late for a meeting. Wow, could we get a little bit more abs, Carter? I mean, seriously. Anyway, Daphne just licks her lips and whispers, next time. Yes, next time. Taylor stops by next looking for Steffi, but instead finds Daphne. Now, they bond over their mutual loathing of Hope and start a low-key fan club for Carter's Good Guy Award. Taylor says Carter gave up more than any man ever would, and they both roll their eyes about how terrible Hope is because, of course, it all comes back to Hope. Daphne asks if Ridge is still susceptible to Brooke's charms, and Taylor's like, no, but the woman's a master manipulator and must be stopped. Like they're about to summon the Avengers to keep Ridge in check. And finally, Carter walks in on Brooke mid-spiral and immediately knows something's wrong. She vents about Taylor waltzing in the gloat and accuses her of playing mind games to get Ridge back. She misses Ridge but feels pathetic, as you should. How many times does this man have to turn you down over the past 2 months? Carter tries to make her feel better with a big emotional monologue like, you were his destiny, that's why it hurts. Really, Carter? And in a twist, Carter says maybe he shouldn't have walked out on Hope. Really? That girl dumped him like yesterday's lettuce, and he over here still pining over this girl. Anyway, Brooke sees the gash on his head. Carter casually admits that Deacon clocked him and honestly need flashbacks because of what? Outside, though, guess who's lurking while they're going on in a whole conversation about how Taylor was the one when they were friends and how she flipped the script. Brooke, you were the one that invited to a party with no guest in your blue lingerie. Remember that tiny little dinner? And yeah, you did also break that pact by kissing him under the mistletoe that year. Anyway, Daphne is lurking outside like the ghost of side chicks present, and she hears Carter tell Brooke that he's not giving up on Hope. Daphne, with eyes full of obsession, thinks to herself, you're not getting Hope back. You're going to be mine. Honey, I mean, somebody needs to sedate Daphne before she ends up boiling a bunny or something. But yeah, it's definitely going to be very soapy to see if Daphne can go get her man. Okay, so there we have it. Yes, final thoughts, soapies. This episode had it all. Brooke in lingerie, Taylor playing therapist and executioner, Sheila giving girl boss grandma realness, Luna creeping in a disguise like a romantic ninja, Carter being hot and confused again, and Daphne plotting like she's in a Fatal Attraction reboot. And next week, yeah, I can tell you it's going to be a lot going on, so we got to stay tuned. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more messy, bold, and beautifully unhinged recaps. Until next time, stay bold, stay petty, and we will see you soon. Bye, soapies.